Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. Hey, this morning I've been answering emails from subscribers all around the world, and I just finished up, and I thought this would be the perfect time to do a video to share with you about some of the questions I get on a regular basis from subscribers all around the world. And there was 4 questions in general that I got over the last couple days here that I thought I'd like to share with you. Maybe these are on your mind, or maybe they can help someone a little bit that is anticipating coming to Thailand. And so let me dive right into the questions. And the first question comes from Mike P. out of Dayton, Ohio. And Mike's question is, hey Jim, love the channel. Hey, was it difficult to get your Thai driver's license? Any advice would be appreciated. We arrive in January 2025. Cheers. Mike, great question. So, was it difficult to get my Thai driver's license? Generally speaking, no. It took about a half a day. I used a service to do that, just out of sheer lack of time to do it myself. You can do it yourself. But I used the service, and the service did the paperwork, set up the appointment, yada, 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 and all that kind of stuff, which was great. But here's where the challenge was for me getting the driver's license. It wasn't going through the test stations, vision test, color test, reaction time, how quickly when you see the red light can you step on the brake. There's 2 rods that go back and forth, and they want to be able to see that you have depth perception, and you can, when they're together, you can hit the button to stop them, things like that. Those are the kind of stations you go through, which really, they show you a video before you go to the stations. So it's not really difficult. The challenge that I ran into was, before I left the United States, I thought it'd be a good idea to renew my driver's license, so I'd have another 20 years or something like that, based on the state that I currently lived in the United States. So I renewed the driver's license. Well, when I got to Thailand and I went to their DMV to go through that process, the lady behind the counter thought that I was a new driver because it was just issued, and that was a problem for them. And I'm like, I'm in my 50s, I've been driving since 14, but they don't know, and we have to, respect. They're not from the United States. They don't know our policies and procedures. So I had to get online. The agent with me had to get online. I had to copy and paste and translate back and forth to the lady behind the counter. It took a couple hours. Finally, it convinced her on what kind of a driver's license I had. It didn't have a motorcycle addendum with it, or it wasn't a CDL, all these different things. Now, you would think using an agent, they would have had that all cleared up in advance. But again, when you're dealing with people from all around the world, there's going to be a lot of variables. So, Mike, and anyone interested, my advice is, if you've got 3 or 4 or 5 years left on your driver's license before you come to the United States, just leave it as is. Maybe get your international driver's license. I know in the States you can get it. I got it through AAA. I know other countries have different versions. Go ahead and get that too. Just build a little bit stronger case if you've got some challenges behind the counter at the Thai DMV. But it really wasn't difficult. It wasn't expensive. And really, quite frankly, if you have the time and you have a Thai friend, you can do it yourself for very little money. So, and when you do get your Thai driver's license, they issue it the first time for 2 years. Then after that, they renew it for 5, and then 5 thereafter. So, Mike, hope that answers your question, and any other person's question out there about Thai driver's licenses. Not really difficult, just little things, little nuances that can cause a little delay and aggravation. Okay, the next question comes, and I hope I pronounced the name correctly, is from Jai, J-A-I, out of Perth, Australia. And Jai's question was, I like that your channel focuses on northern Thailand. What's the best way to find quality housing? I'm planning on moving to Thailand next year when I turn 50, and want to look at retiring/living in northern Thailand. Well, Jai, great question. And Finding quality housing in Thailand is really not as difficult as it might seem initially just coming over. I'll share with you some tips that you can start the process in your home country, and that is a website called Fazwaz, and I'll leave a link below. Kind of like in the United States, kind of like a Zillow or a Realtor.com or a Redfin or things like that. It's a pretty robust site, and you've got a lot of options, and you can pick different cities and condo, home, so on and so forth. I'll be honest with you, the site's pretty robust. It's not as up to date as what I thought it would be, because I've used it a few times, because I'm looking at investing in condos in different locations currently, and I've had a little bit of a challenge getting people to call me back. But if it's just a general place to start looking at what's available in different areas, I think it's well worth the opportunity. Check that out. When you come to Thailand, my recommendation to find quality housing is just be patient. Don't jump at the first thing that you think is the right thing. Spend a little time in different areas and locales, and it's going to depend on a lot of your personal situation. Do you have a car? Do you not have a car? Do you need public transportation? How far out of the city, or are you going to be right in the city? What are your goals with that? So finding quality housing, what I found too, is word of mouth. Let people know that you're looking, and it spreads like wildfire, and sometimes the referral is the better way to go in my personal experience. So Jai, don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small things. There's a lot of options in Thailand for housing at a very reasonable cost. And I will do another video on the cost of housing in Thailand, which is near and dear to my heart because I was in that industry for a long, long time. So great question, Jai, and I hope that answers your question. Let's go on to question number 3, and that is from Kay Lee out of Montreal, Canada. And Kay Lee's question was, Jim, my partner and I love your channel. Keep up the great work. What's been your experience with safety living in the north and in Thailand in general? Kay Lee, great question. Thanks, appreciate that. Safety in Thailand. Well, I'll just kind of use some comparison. I'm from the United States, the southwest part of the United States. In the last several, call it last 10 years, really in the United States, things have gone south pretty quick when it comes to safety in general, specifically where I lived in the southwest part of the United States. So safety was always on our minds, and it was always a concern on a daily basis. And we just had to live with it and be very cautious. Since my time in Thailand, and I've been all through Thailand, I've been through Bangkok at night and all sorts of places, I haven't experienced crime. Knock on wood, maybe I'm a unique situation, but I don't see it like I saw it in the United States. Where I live up here in Nan, there's almost no crime. I mean, we have the occasional car wreck or fender bender, or we have the person that drank a little too much on the weekend and fell off their motorbike or whatever. We have that kind of safety incidences, but Thailand's a different place, and it doesn't have the amount of crime that I've seen and where I've lived. So what I would tell you, Kaylee, is I wouldn't make it a big concern. Of course, you always have to be, anywhere you are in the world as a foreigner, pay attention, right? But I haven't felt that personally, and I've been here many years now. My wife is the same thing. Where we live up here in Nan, literally we could sleep with the doors and windows open, leave the keys in the car. You just don't have the problem. Here, I'll give you my experience. Northern Thailand, where I'm at and where I live, kind of reminds me of what the US was back in the 1950s, 60s, and early 70s, where you could leave the front door unlocked and the window open, and it just was a different time, and Thailand's kind of the same way in my experience. Now, does that mean if you go into a heavily tourist area in Pattaya or Soy Cowboy or Nana Plaza that you're not going to see any kind of a problem? You will occasionally, of course, but you got to keep specific. That's a location where You got a lot of tourists, a lot of partying going on. So, but generally speaking, when you get here, you'll see that Thailand is a very safe place to be. And that's one of the main reasons that I'm here. So, great question. Hope that answers your question. Thank you, Kaylee. All right, on to the next question. And this is question number 4 and the final question. And it's from Liam and Heidi out of Ireland. And Liam and Heidi's question is, Jim, we plan on retiring next year in Chiang Mai. We don't speak any Thai. Honestly, is it impossible to get by without speaking any Thai? Or should we look at a big city like Bangkok? Your input is greatly appreciated, my friend. Thank you. Liam and Heidi, great question. And what I can tell you is this. Coming to Thailand, I didn't speak any Thai. Granted, my wife is Thai and fluent. But what my personal experience has been, yes, if you live in a Bangkok, Pattaya, Hua, and Chiang Mai, major city with or major tourist areas where foreigners live, you're going to have a lot of people that speak Thai, or at least enough Thai to get by. Is it a deal breaker if you don't speak any Thai? Not at all. What I can tell you, where I currently live, there is really no one that speaks English. I'll run in occasionally to a foreigner that speaks English, but on a day-to-day basis, I have to speak Thai to get by. And you can learn the basic phrases in a month or two just to be able to get by comfortably. You know, the greetings, Sawadee Kap, Kapun Kap, Indi Kap, Taurai Kap, you know, how much does that cost? Thank you very much. Jokan Buni Kap, see you tomorrow. Just the basics can take you a month or two to learn. Makes life a lot easier. Also, you can buy the little digital portable translators from Thai to English and English to Thai. They're maybe $150, depending on where you get them online. Definitely pick one up or pick 2 of them up. And in the very beginning, when I got here, I used it. I still have it. And I use it occasionally if there's a complex thing we just can't figure out. I'll just use it. It's very simple to use, and it's fun, right? And you can also learn because everything is stored in there, so you can go back to your questions, and makes life a lot easier. So, is it a deal breaker? I don't think so. I think if you try, Thais are very, very patient. They're very friendly. And if you're trying to learn Thai and they know that, they will help you a lot. You know, all of my wife's friends up here, when I start speaking Thai, you know, everybody becomes a teacher and they're helping me and they're encouraging me, and it's fun. So really, Liam and Heidi, I don't think it's a deal breaker. If Chiang Mai is where you want to be, you'll have really no problems. So that's, you know, I hope that helps. And that was 4 email questions from people, new subscribers all around the world. I enjoy being able to respond to everybody's email. Thank you so much. If you have a question that you'd like me to cover, feel free to give me an email on the channel itself. You can click and find a contact information for me directly. Send me an email, and if you're okay with me talking about it on YouTube, be happy to do that. A lot of these questions, a lot of people have these questions and thoughts, and my goal is the more I can share with you to help you better your experience or make a decision to finally move to Thailand. That's what this channel is all about. This channel is your passport to Thailand. So thanks everybody for the emails. I really appreciate you subscribing and supporting the channel, and I hope today's email Q&A was helpful. So with that, I'll see you on the next video, and remember, in Thailand, there's always an option. All right, take care guys. See you on the next video.